All right, here's some people. Awesome. So my name is Sam, and a long time ago I had a mentor who told me, you need at least 2 hobbies, otherwise you might go crazy. He told me this out of personal experience. His personal experience was, he was a workaholic, and he had one hobby. His hobby is weightlifting. So what he did is he woke up at 4 in the morning, would go to the gym to weightlift till 6 in the morning, and then go to work for 12 hours. Go home, go to sleep, and do the same thing all over again. And he credited a couple things to, well, saving his marriage and life. One of them was he got a second hobby. But here's the thing, and he would tell us, there's 2 big barriers to having a hobby. The first one is, well, cost. Have you ever looked how much a set of golf clubs cost? It's pretty stinking expensive. Even if you find a set at Goodwill, you're still gonna drop $100, which not many of us have $100 to drop on a hobby we might not end up doing. And also, there's just a huge learning curve. The other day I was at work and there's just a guy going like this. I was like, you practicing your golf swing? He's like, yeah, man, always gotta do it. Always gotta do it. There's a huge bar to entry. But I wanna tell you about a hobby that is not just affordable, but might save you money, and it's super scalable. If you wanna be really, really good at it, you can be really, really good at it. If you want to just know a few basic things, you can just know a few basic things. Oh, by the way, this hobby will also be a ton of fun and people will love you. This hobby is cooking. Learning how to cook. Let's start with the money. Was reading Forbes.com, found some data they had from an economic research firm. And this firm had done a bunch of research on food and people's spending habits on food. And the first thing they found was people who order takeout constantly, that's either delivery pizza, it was Lyft, Uber Eats, or DoorDash, spend 8 times more than people who cook. 8 times. And you might think, I just won't order out, like delivery. I'll just swing by and pick it up. They found those people spend 3 times more than people who cook. As a personal example, a lot of us have work schedules. We work 5 days a week and we have a lunch. We'll say, I decide I'm going to eat out for 5 straight days. Either go through a drive-through, order something, pick it up, have it delivered to my work, or meet someone. Let's just say that cost me about $11 a day. 11 times 5, $55 a week on lunch. Or I can make something all week. Something I really like to make is spicy zucchini noodles and tuna burgers. You know how much that cost me to make enough of that for a week? $12. It's a whole lot cheaper. And by the way, one of the other barriers to a hobby is, well, how hard is this? Like with cooking, there's 2 parts to this. One, you can just learn how to make eggs. And you'll be better off than most people who can't make eggs. The other thing is, next time you're bored on your phone, just Google homemade macaroni and cheese. Google will yield 1.5 million results in 0.9 seconds. And here's the cool things. If you don't like reading recipes, there's pictures. If picture books aren't good enough for you, there's videos. Go ahead and go on YouTube and Google and search homemade macaroni and cheese. You can tell which videos are good because they have millions of views. And by the way, this hobby is a ton of fun. A ton of fun. On Sundays, one of my favorite things to do is to come home, well, we go grocery shopping, but I'm gonna get all my stuff together and I'm gonna spend a couple hours cooking. That might mean I fire up the grill. I love grilling, it's one of my favorite things. But I'm gonna try to spend 2 to 3 hours just cooking something. Sometimes I make something earlier in the week, like dough, so I can have garlic bread or something on Sunday. It's one of my favorite things to do, and that's another thing that's valuable about hobbies, is that you have a rhythm where you can do them regularly and they're fun. And here's probably like the kicker to why cooking's a good hobby. People will like you more. If you can cook well, people will love coming over to your house. If you can cook really well, people will ask to come to your house. And if you're anything like me and you like people, well, here's the way I think of it. It's like, really fun to make food for my wife and I. But the most fun I've had in the past 2 months is when we had 12 people over for Christmas and I made food for 12 people. It was an absolute blast. Now, if you're keeping track, cooking sounds like a super fun hobby. A really fun hobby. The cooking has all the attributes of a really good hobby. It's affordable, and actually, if you're cooking, you're gonna end up saving money. It's scalable, meaning you can learn a little bit or you can learn a lot. Trust me, I probably watch way too many YouTube videos about cooking. Like today, I literally, earlier this week, I watched a YouTube video about making ground beef and putting mustard on the beef when you sear it. And I did that when I made chili today. Goodness, it made a difference. So it's totally scalable. It's a lot of fun. Like the other day at work, somebody asked me what I like to do for fun. I said, I like cooking. And I said a grin on my face. And people will love you. So I just want to tell you that if you don't know how to cook, start cooking. It is an absolute blast. You won't regret it.